The August 20th AEW Rampage episode is looking to be their biggest one yet, with the impending return to wrestling of CM Punk in his hometown of Chicago. This is a great time to relive the Summer of Punk. Although his 2011 summer run was known to WWE fans as the Summer of Punk, it was actually 6 years earlier in the summer of 2005 that the first Summer of Punk made its way in the hearts of Ring of Honor fans. This is TIL Wrestling. My name is KF Marks. Please join me on my quest to knowledge. The Summer of Punk. To most fans, this was the summer of 2011. It started out with a pipe bomb promo and culminated with him winning the title and taking it with him before ultimately ending with a dud. To other fans, it was the summer of 2005, heel Punk's farewell tour of Ring of Honor before signing with WWE. To see why this angle was so impactful and how it cemented Punk's reputation as an indie darling, we need to dive a little deeper into CM Punk's reputation at the time. Coming up during the indie boom of the early 2000s, he was easily in the top 5 of most popular workers of that time period. He started out main eventing shows in the Midwest before breaking through nationally and internationally. Punk, only a 5-year veteran at the time, fought all over the country and made a reputation for himself as someone who could not only wrestle but was also very entertaining, whether he was a heel or a face. His rivalry with Raven was one of the highlights of early ROH, and his battles with Samoa Joe and Chris Hero were among the best-selling DVDs for many indie companies at the time. He was a crowd favorite, never too scared to speak his mind, and with an attitude that starkly contrasted the ruthless aggression era of the WWE. For the ROH fans, Punk was the epitome of underground wrestling. He was seen as true punk rock and anti-establishment. He was the most over ROH wrestler to never hold their title, and he was there for the fans and would never betray his roots. Big was the shock when the news broke that in June of 2005, Punk signed a contract with WWE and would be sent to OVW. During what many thought would be his last ROH match, he challenged Austin Aries for the ROH title. This was meant to be his big epic farewell. He would go out laying on his back, as many did before him, and hand over the promotion to a younger generation. Except he didn't. With everybody knowing CM Punk was leaving, he got one more shot to capture the ROH World Championship, the title he's been chasing his entire ROH career. He had one of the company's most legendary feuds with Samoa Joe. They battled to 2 60-minute draws before Joe finally finished him off in the third and final match. Now he was about to leave to join the WWE. This was a now or never situation. Punk and Austin Aries went to hard-fought 30 minutes before Punk found the combo of a TKO, Shining Wizard and a signature Pepsi plunge from the top rope to finally win his first and only ROH World Championship. It was a legendary moment where the crowd broke out into a choir of CM Punk, "Thank you Punk, please don't go, and we will miss you" chants. Aries and Punk hugged in the middle of the ring as this was Punk's moment of glory, one last time. It was a moment no one would forget. Little did the fans know this was only the start of the Summer of Punk. Soon after this, it became clear to the fans that Punk would not seize the championship as he was leaving. He came into the ring to cut a promo on the fans, the company that he helped build, and the lack of respect he got. He was threatening to take the title with him to the WWE and leave Ring of Honor without its main championship. Now that he had finally captured his most important title, he was never letting it go. The final straw for the fans was the moment he grabbed his WWE contract offer out of his jacket and signed it on top of his championship belt in the middle of the ring. It was a perfectly delivered moment of shock. The fans wanted to jump Punk right there and then, and making it one of the most memorable moments in ROH's history. CM Punk went on to defend the title 3 times in hard-fought battles with Ring of Honor's top guys at the time in Jay Lethal, James Gibson, who was recently released from WWE where he was known as Jamie Noble, and current NXT wrestler Roderick Strong. His fourth challenger was a man he talked about in his contract signing promo, a man that left Ring of Honor to go to TNA, and a man who now came back to clear his name in Christopher Daniels. Facing each other at Ring of Honor's homecoming show, the two fought to a 60-minute draw, as this was the first time the crowd really believed Punk was going to lose his title and fail on the threat of stealing it and bringing it to the WWE. This was the beginning of the end. At the ROH Redemption show, CM Punk had his biggest challenge, as he has not just defended against one man, but three. James Gibson, Christopher Daniels and Samoa Joe would all wrestle Punk in a 4-way elimination match for the title. It was as good as a match with those four guys should be, and the finish of the match came when Gibson hit a top rope Tiger Driver, pinning Punk in the middle of the ring to dethrone Punk and save the title from leaving ROH. It was an incredible moment for all involved, as Punk's summer was nearing its end, as well as his time in ROH. Despite the fans wanting to fight CM Punk in the parking lot, when it came to the final event of his incredible run, it was one of Punk's finest moments. He had his emotional farewell match against his best friend at the time, Colt Cabana. In a best 2 out of 3 falls match, Punk went out on his back as he lost 2-1. After the match, the locker room poured out in support of the newest WWE superstar and gave him the respect he deserved after building the company from the ground up. This was the perfect end to a perfect run in ROH, as they would never see him back again. Except for that one time in 2006 he randomly appeared on a New York Ring of Honor show in the middle of a blizzard while on a contract with WWE. Thanks for watching TIL Wrestling. This is KF Marks. Please like and subscribe. TIL out.